technical assistance, and additional grant funds. It means that the city is following the best practices and reviews and sees preservation as an integral part of its community and economic development. As I mentioned, the task force 2 years ago was formed from a unilateral resolution supported by the mayor and city council and tasked with developing a roadmap for preservation for the city. They were given a lot of flexibility in determining the best course that the city should take to help our residents and our business owners preserve the rich history of this community. They spent months reviewing the pros and cons of historic preservation programs in and around the country and the state. They determined that the city needed to play more of a role in preservation efforts. We have a lot of outside organizations and private entities who are doing a lot of work, but they saw the need for the city as a local government to also support those efforts. We needed that so we could promote our story and our unique characteristics. They pointed out that the city needed to catch up to what others in the community had been advancing for decades, and that the CLG program was necessary to propel us into full preservation mode. These recommendations, along with others, was presented and supported unanimously by the administration and by City Council, which has led us to where we are today, announcing our certified local government status. Along with the CLG designation, the State Historic Preservation Office, or SHPO, also awarded the city a CLG grant. That grant, and as well, along with the CLG grant, they also awarded us recently the Keystone Preservation Grant. You can see that not only is the city excited about the work that we're undertaking, but the state is certainly eyeing us and supporting this work as well. They saw this as an incredible move by a city, the fourth largest city in Pennsylvania, an incredible move to position ourselves to help with preservation efforts and wanted to support us in every way. The CLG grant has allowed us to help fund the next item on our agenda, which is the preservation planner. This will be a full-time position and is an exciting opportunity for someone with the background and education in historic preservation with the tenacity to help build a preservation program for a city of our size. This position is currently open and available on Indeed. It's being promoted on our website as well. So we are encouraging everyone or anyone with the right skills, education, and again, the energy it's going to take to get this city to the place it needs to be in order to be a player in historic preservation. I always tell people who work with me and work for me, failure is not an option. We have not worked this hard to fail at something if we've tried this as hard as we have. And this is the situation where we find ourselves. Failure is not an option for us, and we are ready to move forward with a lot of dedication to this effort. So the applications will be open for a few more weeks on Indeed. Anyone who has any questions or is considering this and wants to talk to me about what the preservation program means, feel free to contact me. And they will work directly with our Historic Review Commission to help build the program. One of the main duties of this position will be to keep the city under its CLG status. The CLG requires cities to have in place a preservation program and uphold the requirements of the program. So the planner will make sure that we are doing things right. They will also be leading the effort to create the preservation program and the preservation plan for the city. As the mayor had mentioned, and I also mentioned earlier, the city was also awarded a Keystone Preservation Grant. This grant will assist. This grant is to assist the city in undertaking a community-wide preservation plan. That has not been done. The task force created a roadmap, and this grant will help us understand what preservation looks like from a citywide perspective. It will be an exciting time. We will spend a few months putting the plan together, and now we will have a preservation planner position and Historic Review Commission who can take that plan and immediately start implementing its recommendations. The plan will help us leverage the city's rich historic assets and its most important assets, and this is the key. When we think about historic preservation, we think about buildings, and it has so much more than buildings. Our biggest asset in the city are its people, the people who are here now, and the people who came before us, who built this community and continues to redevelop and build this community. That is the story we want to preserve and celebrate with historic preservation, and that's what we will do as part of our historic preservation plan. The plan will also not only embrace our history and our story, but it will help us develop policies and programs that support our efforts now and for years to come. Our goal is to have a preservation planner hired by mid to late August, and then work with the HRC to develop and launch the preservation plan by the end of 2021. We look forward to working with our residents, our business owners, and community stakeholders, along with our Historic Review Commission and our preservation planner, to make all of this happen. And it's, again, a very exciting time for us to be in, and I appreciate being the first planner, starting the first preservation program, and undertaking the very first preservation plan for the city of Erie. So thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Kathy. I really appreciate all you're doing, and I love the fact that failure is not an option for you. That is really wonderful. The material you presented will really help us move Erie forward in the future, while at the same time preserving our past. I want to thank you and the Historic Review Commission for the hard work and the dedication to the city and our city's rich history as well. That concludes today's press conference. Until next time, be sure to follow us on social media for the latest updates for all the happenings around the city. Thanks very much for watching today.